Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about deleting, filling, and joining at the edit level. So let's add a mesh here to demonstrate on. We're just going to do a cylinder. Now we talked about how to delete whole objects. Very simple, just select the object and press delete, or press X and confirm the delete. But we can delete things on a per face level by coming into edit mode, making a selection, and pressing X to pull up the delete menu. This also works by hitting the delete key, but it will still pull up a menu and you need to select what you want deleted. Now, the delete menu works regardless of what selection mode you are in. So if you wanted to delete a face, but you are in vertex mode, you do not need to come into face mode first to delete a face. All you have to do is select all the vertices that make up that face, press X, and delete from the menu. So obviously deleting vertices will delete all of these vertices, which will delete any faces and edges that were dependent on those vertices. Deleting the selection by the edges will delete only the edges and any faces that were dependent on those edges. And deleting the faces will just delete the face. So again, I could be in face select mode, make a selection, and still delete the vertices. When you pull up, you make a selection and you press X or delete to pull up the delete menu, you'll notice that there's some more options here. You can play with some of these to see what they do, but I want to talk about what a dissolve is. What dissolve does is it deletes your selection without destroying your geometry as best as it can. So if I have this edge selected and I delete this edge, it has destroyed the edge, but it has also destroyed the faces that were dependent on it. However, with the same edge selected, if I press X and say dissolve those edges, Blender will delete the edge as well as the vertices that made it up, but instead of obliterating these faces, it has just merged them into a single face. Now, dissolve does have some limitations. It cannot read your mind, unfortunately. So, for example, let's say you selected two faces on a cube. Now, we could essentially make this one non-planar face by hitting X and pressing dissolve faces. And all it's done here is deleted this edge between them. But the face remains there. However, Control Z to undo, that same selection, if we press X and try to dissolve the edges, you'll see that Blender doesn't really know how to parse that. And indeed, if you were trying to visualize what that would look like, it's kind of hard to even picture it. So if Blender cannot dissolve your selection, it will just default to deleting it. You'll see that you get roughly the same result when you delete the edges as when you dissolve them. So it's just something to bear in mind. Dissolve does have some limitations and it is not perfect, and just know that if it cannot dissolve your selection, it will default to deleting it. Okay. So let's say we have made our selection and we have deleted this face. Now, we can tell Blender to draw an edge or a face between any two or more points on a single object with the fill tool. So if we wanted to draw this face back in, let's say we couldn't just control Z to undo it because we had done some other things to this mesh first. We can patch this hole by selecting the edges around it and just pressing F for fill on the keyboard. Now, the fill tool can also connect two unconnected vertices as long as they are in the same object. So if I had two separated pieces like this, I could connect them by making a selection, shift-clicking to make the other selection, and pressing F. And now you'll see when I have only vertices selected, it just draws an edge. But when I have 4 vertices selected, I now have 3 of these edges selected. So now when I press F, it will fill it with a face. The fill tool in Blender is fairly intuitive. We talked a little bit about edge loops in a previous video, and edge loops are pretty powerful in Blender. So the way that we could quickly fill the cylinder so it had these faces again is because these vertices are aligned and they form lines of loops, and Blender is able to recognize that even without the faces there. So what we can do is make a selection of a single quad, so 2 edges, 4 vertices, press F to fill. Now we have our single face, but the cool thing about fill is that if now I come in and select just one of these edges, because it has one of these quads to establish kind of what you want from it, you can select a single edge on here and just press F repeatedly or hold it, and it will fill all the way around that circle. Now, this is dependent on this circle and this circle having the same number of vertices and them being roughly aligned. They don't have to be exactly on top of each other. You can see that if I come in here and undo this, even if this is twisted a little bit, it should still fill properly because they have the same number of vertices. Now, with fill, you can also select a single vertex along the edges of a hole in your mesh, and if you press F, it will fill it with a triangle. And if you press F again, this triangle will be closed. Just trying to undo some of these changes just so things don't end up extremely messy. All right. Now, the last thing I want to discuss before we move on is the join operation. And this is a bit similar to fill in that it will draw an edge between 2 unconnected vertices, but join will do so respecting the faces that are under it. So what I mean by that is that if I select this vertex and I come over to an unconnected vertex, say this one. Now, if I pressed fill on this, it would draw an edge. However, this face, I still have snapping on. I'm just going to turn that off by clicking the icon here. However, this face is not connected or divided by this edge. When I select it, it still selects this as one face instead of one face here and one face here. Now, if we wanted to split this face, we can do so by making our selection, and instead of using fill, we're going to hit J to join them. And all join has done is connected these vertices, but it has divided this face. So you can see how this is really powerful for dividing up your mesh exactly the way you want it. And of course, using some of our other tools, you can get complex shapes. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for the delete, fill, and join operations. In the next video, we're going to start talking a little bit more about loops and how to add edge loops to existing geometry.